to. Now we will have our CMC come up. Hey, good morning. Do I need this? Can you hear me? Hey, so good morning. I'm excited here today to introduce Master Chief Barber. With her today also is her wife, Senior Chief Barber. Master Chief hails from Greensboro, North Carolina. 22 years active service. That's significant. Her tours include Early Airborne Boarding Squadron 121, Commander Naval Air Forces, Aviation Intermediate Maintenance Department, Oceana, Fleet Readiness Center, Mid-Atlantic, USS Enterprise, CVN 65, our nation's quarterdeck, Crew Training Command, Strike Fighter 37, and currently she's at Naval Center, Safety Center, Norfolk. Also, she's an accomplished and published author of 2 books. 2 of them are up here. Unapologetically Favored, A Woman, a Leader, a Testimony, and a motivational book, Wake Up, Turn Up, Bless Up, a beautiful inspiration for her. Let's give her a warm welcome, and welcome Master Chief Barber.
Morning. All right, thank you. So, thank you, Commander Jones, XO. Sir, thank you, CMC Smith, long friends. We just did 2017 deployment.
We did. She's also a shipmate.
Yeah, so you know, you do go places, you Google people. I know y'all do that. You Google chain of command, you know they coming in. I Google the chain of command to figure out who I was dealing with, you know. And I said, oh, I know this guy. So, I want to thank y'all for allowing me to come in here today to your humble abode. I know it's not in the prettiest of shapes, but y'all get me there. I know I'm supposed to be here talking about things according to women history, but we all have a story. We all have her story for this month, and I'm going to share mine. I wrote these books, yes, and this book is my memoir about my life, my struggle, my setbacks, my comebacks, because sometimes you can't get to where you are without a little grind, a little effort. And most of the time when we hit a dark spot in our life, we think that's it. You're planted, you're not being buried. You're being planted, you're not being buried. So I'm not going to talk about this whole book. If you want to do that, go buy it. But I think CS1 bought some people some books, so good luck. I'll sign for you later. But I am going to talk about the last 3 things: a woman, a leader, and a testimony from my view, from my experiences within the military. As a woman growing up, we're always surrounded by stronger women, right? From your great-grandparents, your great-aunts, your mother, your grandmother, your cousins, whatever it is. And you see things in them that you're like, wow, one day I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to be like that person, right? But we don't realize how strong we are as women. From getting the kids up in the morning, getting them to school, having to deal with your spouses, getting them up, making sure they're being taken care of, cooking, cleaning, folding clothes, doing homework, and then you come to the ship every day to make sure everything at work is being taken care of, not only for yourself, but then for your sailors and your shipmates as well, right? Yeah. All the while, you might be dealing with fibroid tumors, you might be carrying a baby, you might have just had your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 12th miscarriage, nobody knows. You're stressing now because now reproductive systems aren't working and you've been trying to have a family and you can't, but nobody knows. Because we tend to keep it cute, we smile, show up, get the job done, go home, and repeat the cycle the next day. But nobody knows what's going on behind that smile, right? Even in our darkest hours, when we're sitting there thinking we're the only ones, let me promise you something, that you are never the only one going through something. In 2014, I was at my darkest hour. I contemplated suicide because I thought that everything in my life was an obstacle. I thought I was being punished for whatever it was I did in my former life. Whether I was reincarnated as a flower, a puppy, a cat, I don't know. Whatever I did way back when, I thought God was punishing me. But I had to sit down and figure out what the purpose for my life was supposed to be. So I took my view of obstacles and turned them into opportunities. Everything in life is an obstacle. But you got to remember that you wished, prayed, and asked God for something one day, right? Because you wanted it. You wanted to be a great leader. You wanted to make an impact. But you were not ready for the road you was going to have to travel to get there. And when things started getting snatched out your life, you thought you were being punished. Sometimes your path needs to be cleared in order to make room for what you asked for. Be careful what you ask for. But I dealt with pressures. Because not only was I a woman, am I a woman, I was also a lesbian. I was also a leader in the military. I didn't know what I was going through in life, and I didn't want to reach out because I didn't want nobody to know that I was hurting on the inside. But luckily, I had friends that could see something in me that were like, hey, girl, get up. What you doing? Get your life together. Come on out. Let's go get some drinks. Let's go get some food. And I was like, you know what? All right. So I picked myself up. I dust myself off. And I said, you know what? I'm going to trust the process. It's a reason as to why I'm going through the things that I'm going through right now. I'm going to sit back and watch the process. Because sometimes when you start fighting too much, you block your blessings. You block what was meant for you to have because you're going against the grind. Trust the process. Them pressures, what does pressure create? Diamonds. I'm still here. Pressure creates diamonds. Women, that's the reason why they're our best friends. Because they're strong, indestructible. We are women. We're strong. We're diamonds. A woman. A leader. In 1999, don't judge me because I know it's good for my age. In 1999, I checked on board via W121, right? All male command. They didn't have no females. They were just getting females on board. I was undesignated. I didn't have a job. What do they call like pack airmen now? Pack seamen? Undesignated now? I checked into the command because I don't have a job. They put me in a line shack. You know what the line shack is, right? No, aviation squadron life. You know, you go there, you gotta make plane captain. Even if you strike a rate, they still, you gotta make plane captain before you get out. So I'm sitting in the shop one day, and I remember Aaron Nunez. He was from Belize because he always told me that. He rolled up beside me and was like, you know what, don't worry. I hope you put your cranial together. Because they had just thrown me my cranial in plastic pieces. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, okay, this is cool. What is this? And as we're sitting there, Aaron Nunez is trying to show me how to put together this cranial. Aaron Smith walks up. Excuse my French, but I'll keep it real. He said, you know what, fuck that shit. They want to be treated equal. They'll put their own shit together. And I was like, well, God dang. So I just walked into it. Now, women, today's woman, it wouldn't have went down like that. It would have been some poking in the forehead. Y'all would have been like, you don't know me all day long. But I had a choice to take that way out. I sit back and acknowledge what was going to happen, what I got myself into, and say, you know what? I can show you better than I can tell you. Because sometimes people don't want to see your gums flapping. They want you to prove something. They're going to test you to see if you can prove it. And it was at that moment that I was kind of like, you know, when former First Lady Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go high. That was the first time I kind of absorbed that, and I did that. So instead of clapping back, I busted my ass, and I made third, I made second, dual welfare qualified. The CEO put me in, was recommending me for an officer program at that time called Boost. Whew, so anxious, they don't even give you no money for that program. But anyways, I was getting the recognition that you know I wasn't looking for, but it came along with the perks of me doing my job. And I also became the supervisor of line check, yes, over Airman Smitty, who was highly upset about that. All the while, Airman Smitty remained Airman Smitty, and Airman Smitty got separated from the Navy. So sometimes you just gotta be quiet, not tell everybody your next moves, and just do it, and let the product from that show itself, because it's gonna in turn show what you're all about, right? If you cannot lead yourself through tough times, trials, and situations, you can't lead nobody else. Because a leader is supposed to lead people by example. Lead people by inspiring, empowering, and motivating them, right? If you can't do that for yourself, how the hell are you going to do it for somebody else? A leader. My testimony. We all have problems. Nothing is guaranteed, you know, for us in life. And as women, we have the same opportunities as everyone else. But there are a lot of times when we have limited beliefs that hold us back from achieving whatever we want to achieve, right? Because we've been brought up, we've been taught, we've been shown the struggle of women and how they fought to be considered equal. Even to this day, we're talking about equal pay day today or yesterday? Equal pay day today. And I saw a chart of how less of $1 women are getting paid every day in this world, and it's sad. But we're still struggling to this day to let our voices be known, our voices be heard. We're taught what the role of a woman is in life. Oh, you know, you got to be in my kitchen cooking, or you got to be at home taking care of the kids. But we're not taught that you can be whatever you want to be. You can be a commanding officer of a naval ship. You can be a doctor. You can be a judge. You can be a lawyer. That is not really emphasized enough because for some reason it's not enough of us doing it. Because if we don't see somebody that looks like us doing the job, we automatically think that we can't do it either. But let me help you change your thought process. What if that position was made for you to go out and do? What if that position was waiting on you to fulfill? What if that was supposed to be the meaning and purpose of your life, but because you didn't see somebody that looked like you gave up and said, you know what, nah, I'm not going to do it. But that was your life's purpose. Now you just missed an opportunity to inspire somebody and to be something bigger than what you thought you was going to be. My testimony, my story is to share and be transparent, which I am. If you have read that book, don't come back and look at me like I'm crazy. It's real life. I don't have anything to hold back because I feel like whatever I'm going through, somebody else is going through it. And they don't have an outlet because they don't trust nobody to talk to, because we only talk to people that we can relate to, right? That's what it is. There's a comfort. You know where I'm coming from. It's that empathy. But going through my struggles in the military, as a leader, as a woman, as a lesbian, the battles I've had to fight with my own mental health, my own depression, but realizing that I'm put in my place in this life right now for a purpose. Your presence right now in this time has a meaning, but you have to figure out what it is. Your presence right now has a purpose. And my purpose is to be a voice for others who are scared to speak out, to share my story to help you get through it, to share with you how I too was that person that was upset about failing a BCA when I was a whole senior chief. It happened, but I couldn't blame nobody because it was my responsibility, right? I own that. My story is to share about how I put myself at the forefront and blame myself for the death of one of my sailors at my last command when he decided to show up and shoot my protege 3 times in the parking lot. She almost died, but she didn't. Because my last words to her were, hey, the chief's mess is here to protect you. We're here to save you, and we are a second family, so if something's going on, you come talk to the senior chief. That morning I wasn't there for her, and she almost died in my parking lot. I blame myself for that. There are things that I have been through in my life that I know somebody else has been through. And if I can share my story with you to empower you, to make you better, that's what I'm going to do. My testimony is to be real, to be honest, and to be open. A woman, a leader, and a testimony. Thank you.